Hey Panda Party people, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to become part of the Panda Party and click that notification bell to be notified when videos go up. Enjoy the video. The following is rated M for mature. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey party people, Panda Party here. So this is the third time that I'm trying to get this done. I go in here, fight through some dudes, and get to a cutscene, and then the cutscene kills my computer for some reason. So I'm going to have to cut there and just come back.
Guard me, brother.
Anyways, I'm going to have to cut at that point, put in the cutscene, and then come back. So, like I was saying, I discovered that when you're fighting somebody, there is a crouch move that you can do. It's a little tiny piddly kick that they will try to dodge by jumping. Everything is just completely messing up today. Not sure if I said it, but crouch move. You can do that during battle. It's a little kick. They try to jump over it, they get hit. This game is getting on my last nerves. Yes. We finally get to go into the Citadel. If it's not an issue with the game, it's an issue with the recording software. And I'm getting really sick and tired of it. Luckily, the final game of the series should not be as big a mess. The final two, rather. Because not only do I have Defiance to take care of, I also have Blood Omen 2 to deal with. Oh, come on, there's a font in the way. You shouldn't be able to hit me there. Yeah, they can shoot into the water, which, you know, that's fair. There we go. Yes, just sit there in this. Oh, cool. One heavy puts them into critical. Good to know, actually. Anyways, in this next cutscene, Mobius and Malik show up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Malik. That's the guy from the first game, and you actually get to see why he was late to saving the rest of the circle when Vorador attacked, though that cutscene is like in the middle of the night, and this is in the middle of the day. Raziel, what are you doing? Why did you drop your weapon? There. Okay, now I have a sword. This will actually be helpful because in the next room are two sword guys and a mage. I have to chase down the mage, slice her up a bit, and then I can focus on the sword dudes.
Seize him.
What? Raziel, what were you doing? please. You too. There we go. Nothing too hard. That time. I swear, it's like a random chance with these guys, because sometimes they're super strong, sometimes they're not. Okay, so here I'm going to cut as I go in, and then I will cut when the cutscene is back.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are, finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the time streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
They can feast on your corpses!
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The circle is under attack.
Fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. But it's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
Okay. Now that this cutscene has not crashed on us, let us continue. And we have the Soul Reaver, boys. Oh, look how sweet that weapon is. Oh? More cutscene.
Come to take your revenge, demon. Back to hell with you.
I recognize these two as my former brethren.
Oh.
In life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them. How they would become the very thing they so despised.
Yeah.
The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
Alright, so yeah. Spear guy over here must be Zephon. Oh man, look at that effect. Look at all that blood. Wow, you guys are quite fast actually. Oh. Wait, am I not taking damage? Okay, I am, but it refills so quickly. Okay, you two. It's a good thing that I have this, like, super Reaver power right now. Wow. Come on. I think it's kind of funny that the only difference for Melchiah. Oh man. Oh, that was awesome death actually. Anyways, I was saying that the difference for Melchiah is that he's a silver armored regular
As
grunt.
Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
And that's why Cain claimed that he was invincible. That's awesome! Okay, just in case, I'm going to do this again. Small little jump, but hopefully, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. What? Brady, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean, though. Yes, I do, but do you think the audience does? Well, maybe. I think they're smart enough. Why am I talking to myself? I don't know. I have a bad habit of doing that. Didn't the gate just... Oh, it's this one. Wow. I am blind as a vampire bat. Okay. Oh, that's a cool lock, actually. Are we this close to the end, actually? Oh, man. I keep saying actually.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get to us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Cain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Cain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
Alright, let's take out Rahab first, because he has the spear. Okay, Duma, if you want to get in the way, that's fine too. Duma, look. Just because I burned you in the future, in the past future, oh, well, you know, lucky me. I truly do not have to ever worry about taking hits, so I can just be as... Ow. Come on, lock on. Aw, I wanted to kill him. There we go. I don't know why I'm sitting there, like, trying to suck away their souls. They get absorbed into the Reaver. And one more time, for good measure, the final boss. Maybe this one will actually, well, I assume final boss. Maybe this one will actually be able to hurt me? Raziel versus Raziel. Let's go. Oh. Oh, right, the fifth brother.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Cain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
Okay, I was about to say, wait, when did we fight him? Come on. With your lucky Hylden. Come on. Oh, these spear guys are the bane of my existence. At least they are not freaking lightning demons. Oh, right. There we go. Oh, this is why Cain said that he was invincible when he had the Soul Reaver. It looks smaller, but I think that's just because Raziel's hand is huge. And the fact that Cain is like a giant. Oh, and one more time. Alright, so that means that Raziel should be the only one left before we kill Mobius, presumably. Because we've taken on the 5 brothers, and that means Raziel needs to die in order to be able to be... Oh.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend.
aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Raziel, what are you so mad about? That's you. Come on. Nope. Okay. Turns out not even Raziel can hurt Raziel. Man, he is fast though. You know, it's a really good thing that I have the Soul Reaver, because if not, this fight could go very much the other way. Which I know Raziel's like, oh, I don't have to worry about killing my past self because there's no, you know, weird time paradox thing to worry about because he and his brothers do die here. And Sheboygan.
I renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me. I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twin soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything. Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel. Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hylden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
Okay, so it seems like that's the end of the game. You may be able to hear in the background now. I'm sorry about what you're seeing right now. That just happens because of corrupt video files. Apparently the credits are all done in a video format, so that's a odd choice. Sorry if this hurts anybody's eyes, but yeah. Final thoughts. I enjoyed it. I didn't like some of the gameplay just because it was kind of broken at points. Few bugs and issues here and there. I absolutely hated recording this because every single little thing could have caused any issue. And every cutscene could mean the end of a recording session, especially with Bandicam, where if it stops, then you're done. You can't save the recording or anything. So that was an immense amount of annoyance, but I am glad I played. And now, of course, they're introducing the Hylden, and I'm like, who are the Hylden? So I assume that's going to take place in either Blood Omen 2 or Defiance. If I recall, Blood Omen 2 is supposed to take place in the new future that Cain comes from. So I believe they explain stuff that happens because the new Cain in the past is like, the Hylden, I remember now. Oh no, we did a bad Raziel. So I will be playing that, but I did promise that I would play Twisted Tale first. So I'll do that, and I'm also going to be working on trying to get my new computer up and running so that we can try out streaming. So I hope to see you guys over on twitch.tv. I go by Panda Brady on there. So if you're interested, check it out sometime, and maybe by the time you see this, I will already have a VOD. So that's that. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, like and share if you enjoy. Subscribe to become part of the Panda Party, because there ain't no party like a Panda Party, because a Panda Party don't stop. And I will see you guys in the next video. And if there's anything else after the credits, I will cut back. Later!